Welcome back to the Listen Up podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Nick, and this week we've got me, Jamie,
Crumbling Fool,
and Jordan.
Cauliflower vodka.
This week we're going to be taking a look at 19 by Adele, released in 2008, and it was picked by Jamie. So Jamie, why don't you tell us a little bit about why you picked this out? And Jordan, please explain what your intro was right there. I don't know.
You want us both to explain everything at the same time?
Yeah, who do you want to explain
saying
what
curly
first
fry
here?
vodka, dude. It's Schmiegel saying...
This is just like Uncut Gems. Everybody's talking at the same time.
We'll both...
You can't understand anything.
We'll both answer your questions at the same time. We'll talk in parallel.
3, 2, 1. So basically,
It's
since he
in
likes the
stereo.
process, it's basically the curly fry vodka is his... Jamie, you stop talking, dude. We can't even do the bit.
Because the bit wouldn't work because if I said anything of importance, nothing would have.
I think it's definitely worth owning me to alienate the listener, to make them not want to hear us talk.
True.
Yeah. That's really a good. Yeah, that's a good idea. But no.
So Jamie, why did you pick the album?
So we're just moving on from the vodka. We're gonna ignore that one. The cultural milestone that occurred
Of
today.
Arby's vodka?
Yeah, so we talked at length last week about me and Nick were going to try to procure the curly fry vodka, and neither of us were successful. So
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't even think Nick tried, dude.
Yeah,
I honestly forgot about it.
Yeah, I didn't set a
I was
reminder
going
on
to
my
try.
phone, and I failed.
well,
I was a victim of the hype.
Rip.
I was in a staff meeting and then was unable to get to the web page in time.
I probably could have tried to get it. I don't think I was too busy at 10 a.m. today.
Look, we'll use our podcaster clout, and we'll reach out to Arby's and say, "Hey, do you got any?
Okay, buddy.
We saw the promo packages you sent, the Philly D. You know,
Sorry, bro.
We'll review your show. We will 100% positively review your product.
Absolutely. No one likes Arby's curly fries more than me.
People people have always on the internet, it's been a big part of internet culture to complain about people getting that bag. There's like sellouts or whatever. I've never thought that. Yeah. I'm like, get the bag.
Get your bag.
True.
Get your money.
If I was in the position, I'm trying to eat, so
True.
I don't know. But yeah, so that explains Jordan's. So that takes care of Jordan. Your question about Jordan's intro. I'm just thinking about how good a curly fry Bloody Mary would have been, man.
It would have been good.
I just want a damn curly fry Moscow Mule.
That too. I want to get fucking
much
weird
to
with it. I want to put it in shit that it has no business being in. You know?
I think it just needs to be straight. I think it's just got to be on the rocks.
That's gonna be mentally confusing. Like, that's gotta break your brain.
I want the Arby's highball, the Arby's old fashioned, using vodka, no whiskey, no bourbon.
Just do the classic. Just mix it with like cranberry juice.
Oh god, that sounds like one of the worst things
Delicious.
ever.
That would be pretty heinous. But so, and then now getting to the other question, I chose this album because, as of recording this, in a few hours, Adele is going to drop the much anticipated 30 is going to be dropping. So I kind of wanted to do an Adele album to prepare for that. And I really like 19, and it's an album that I feel like isn't talked about enough. Everyone talks about 21 and 25 because that's where like she got successful from 19, and then that's that's just how it typically goes. But I think that this whole album deserves much more like praise. I might like it more than 25. I think.
I think for me it's 25, then 19, then 21 in ascending.
Yeah, honestly, I would probably put that, and it's a close margin. Like, you'll see with my rating this week, it's a close margin for all of those. But if I were to rank them, I'm fucking hype. My commute to work, I'm just bumping 30 the entire way.
Okay.
And it's probably going to be a pretty emotionally tough one. So might be a bit weird to start off my Friday at work with that mentality. But
that's more of like a Tuesday morning album. Not really Monday. You don't want to start off the week that sad. Yeah. You don't want to end the week that sad.
So is your strategy on sad days you would listen to it, or would the fact that it's Friday help mitigate?
There's no mitigation. It has to fit into my weekly mindset. Okay. You know, I don't know. I'm not trying to bring down my celebratory Friday attitude. I'm trying to amplify that.
But does sad music make you sad?
Sometimes,
like after it's over.
Situationally. But
I mean, like after it's over, like after you're done with the album and you're listening to something else. Does that carry over for you?
It's a bit residual depending on like if I start something right after, like I feel like I have to like kind of build a bridge with it. I can't like listen to Adele 30 and then put on like a super happy album or a funny album.
True,
I can't go
true.
like Adele 30
Makes
to
sense.
like Zach Fox.
You got to ease your way there. You know?
Yeah.
like the Airheads with the mystery flavor.
Fox
You gotta
pipeline.
Huh?
Like the Airheads with the mystery flavor, where like I think Leo's barking at my office door.
I
was barking at something outside.
My dryer was running, but I just heard a bunch of flowing water. But it's someone's pipes upstairs.
Oh Lord! Yo, why the dryer got the flowing water? The Airheads doesn't matter. We can move on from that. That didn't matter. But yeah, so I chose this album for very excited about that. Wanted to do some Adele. Also, just wanted to get more Adele on the podcast. We'll do her entire discog at some point. But also, I wanted to do this. This album is very time poignant for me because, as we'll get into later on, a couple of the songs on it now make me almost cry because we used them in our wedding. So we'll get to that. But yeah, so I love this album. Very excited for that. Also, November and December, I naturally listen to a lot more of Adele around the fall holiday season. Not in a sad way, just there's something that feels right about like the vibe that the holiday season from like mid-November to New Year's has, and Adele for me, they just, for the last like 4 years, they've just clicked. I don't know.
I feel like Adele is like a Christmassy vibe. She's not singing Christmas music, but
exactly.
One of these songs reminded me of a little Christmas vibe too.
Is it? Maybe we'll save that. That's a tease. We'll get to that, but I have a guess on what song it would be.
Cold
yeah,
Shoulder,
my last overall thought for it is I just think it's such an impressive album considering it's a first album from like a 19, 20-year-old whenever she was like writing and recording and everything. Like I think this is crazy for that because she wrote every song except for one, and that song is by Bob Dylan originally.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What song is the Bob Dylan song?
It's Make You Feel My Love.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. That's a Bob Dylan song. And it further cements my opinion that every cover or every like well-known cover of a Bob Dylan song is better than the original by him.
I can get behind that.
Masterful songwriter, but you're telling me All Along the Watchtower is better as a Dylan song? That's objectively false. Knocking on Heaven's Door. That one's probably the most debatable that I can think of. But like,
knock it out, Aaron.
But as far as I'm
that's
concerned,
why AC/DC, right?
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses. Bro. I went to go see them in concert and heard that song live.
I also heard that song live the day before we moved in freshman year. Me and Zach saw Guns N' Roses in Wake Forest football stadium. I can't remember what it is, what their sponsor is, but yeah.
They're like 50. They're like,
Yeah. That's what I was like, man, these dudes are out of shape and they're still wearing all like skinny leather jeans.
Yeah,
and
it's
it is
hilarious.
not flattering.
The moms probably liked it, dude. All right.
Who's to say we didn't? You know, I didn't say. I said it wasn't flattering. I didn't say we didn't like it.
Okay.
You know,
Be a strange way to say you liked something.
I was about to say.
yeah, and the band that opened for them was live, which is fucking insane because I never thought I would see them ever in concert, and they were just the opener, and I was like, all right,
Live? I've never seen them before.
You might recognize like 2 of their songs.
Okay.
But at most it would be
Lightning Crash.
What I did see was it was Eddie Van Halen's son has a band called like it's like Wolf something. Wolf, I don't really know. But it's Eddie Van Halen's son though who it's in it. So he was shredding like guitar in a little bit, you know. Yeah, pretty good.
Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yeah, Wolfgang Van Halen, which I think Wolfgang was the original name of their original name of Van Halen's band, but then I think they just changed it to Van Halen.
So then he was like, "Fuck, we changed the band name, but I'm gonna name my kid Wolfgang."
No, his kid's name isn't Wolfgang.
I think it is.
It says his name is
Wait, what?
Wolfgang William Van Halen.
Oh shit, his actual name was Wolfgang?
Uh-huh.
That's what it
I know
looks like.
his. Oh fuck! I thought
he was the bassist for Van Halen from 2006 to 2020. He also performed with the heavy metal band Tremonti from 2012 to 2016.
Oh, nice.
Following the death of his father in 2020, he began to focus on the solo project Mammoth WVH.
Oh, Mammoth.
Where he performs all instruments and vocals.
He does. Okay, sorry.
Damn.
Got a little Kevin Parker action.
Little Andy Schaaf action.
Anyways, I also enjoyed
Kevin
this
Parker
album
action.
a good amount.
Hell yeah, bro.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. A lot more upbeat than I thought it would be. I feel like this one is a little less sad than others, but
in sound, it is less sad than others.
Okay.
In lyrics, I think that it's probably on par with her normal shit.
Because she's very piano heavy in a lot of her other albums too. This one still had piano, but there was a couple more sounds than I would have expected from regular Adele. Obviously, I didn't listen to this album ever.
Right. And I think I don't know if that's a product of that's just where she wanted to go, or if like she always wanted to be more like that, and then you know, in order to, because your breakout album you kind of have to play towards the radio, and at the time, 2008, that was the era of pop and shit, like the real, you know, right before you could really splinter off and do whatever and still get the mass support.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know, the modern era of streaming and everything. There are downsides, but that's inarguably an upside. So that's where she said, like, in an interview somewhere, she said Chasing Pavements, like, from the beginning was designed to be commercially successful. Okay. But it's like, I mean, that's, especially then, that's what you had to do. And it still worked. Like, she still likes the song. It's not like she was like, oh, that wasn't me. It was just, you know, a little more punched up for the radio than probably she would have gone with. Yeah. Would have been fully up to her. But I'm fine with it because it brought us Adele. So it's a banger. And it's still really good. Sure. So yeah, we get a little more into, do we want to start getting into detail?
the meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes. First off,
the bangers and mash.
The bangers and ass.
Oh. Okay.
Little British in it.
See a little silhouette of a man.
Little shepherd's pie in the podcast for the Adele.
Little mince
Notice how
pie.
I abandoned the accent because I cannot do it.
A little mince pie.
A little mince pie.
But yeah, so I think the Daydreamer is an excellent start to the album.
I think
the chorus is great.
It's literally one of my favorite songs on the album.
You can find him sitting on your doorstep, you can tell that he'll be there for life.
Really?
It's so good. It is such a good song.
See, it was a little too slow to be the first song on the album, I think, for me.
Well, but I think, I mean, I can see it depends on what you're looking for. Like for me, I think it starts off. You're like, oh, she can sing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
she can definitely sing in this.
The acoustic guitar is really good. First off, I love the tracking and mixing of the acoustic guitar on the song. I think it's so it sounds so full and warm. You can hear the real vibration of like the low E string when it's like doom boom doom, and you hear that, you're like, yo, this is I have an acoustic guitar sitting next to me and someone's playing it. Like I think the tracking on that shit, whoever did that knows what they're doing. That shit sounded so good.
Daydreamer, sitting on the sea, soaking up the sun. He is.
Yeah, and I love the chorus too. I mean, the song starts off with her kind of showing a little bit of range, kind of showing, you know, the volume and control that she has. Like, I think it's great. It's one of it.
I mean, yeah. Sorry. Her singing is really good. Just as far as like, you know, I usually like an intro that like builds really well and just holds that for the first song, and then I'm like interested, you know. But as far as her singing, she does display a lot of her talent on this first song, which I will give her. But again, it's not like something I love in a very first song. And I know it's Adele, and I know I should like maybe wean my expectations over to that, you know, like oh, it's an Adele song, maybe I shouldn't think it's gonna, you know, like have 30 bass drops in it. And I wasn't thinking that, but I was like, maybe
I get what you mean.
It's just what I like, you know.
You hear the acoustic guitar starting it off, and then you hear like 5 air horns back to back.
Adele's about to go off. Let's do this.
Greg John on the beat, by the way.
Find someone like you.
Grab your fucking dicks, it's about to go crazy.
Grab your dicks, it's about to go down in the Adele house.
Get ready for the bass.
Sponsored by NFTs. Let's do
This Adele album brought to you by Bang Energy.
It's like she's like doing on some like free recording software. It's like, never mind
a Sony Music Entertainment payment.
It puts an audio watermark over it every 10 seconds. But yeah, so I see where you're coming from. I love this song. Me and Nick, you know, we love this song.
We love this song.
Yeah, we love this song.
True.
They're goofy.
It's also a great example of her songwriting for her first song.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's not. I almost said first song ever, but it's not her first song ever.
I really like the A minor sus2 chord that's used in it.
Oh,
actually,
sus chord?
I don't think that's what it is. It's not a regular A major though. I do know that. You lift up a finger and it does some shit. That's where like I don't know music theory. I know the musical alphabet and how like notes work and what a chord is. I don't know the names of shit. Like a D flat suspended ninth. No idea what that means, but it sounds cool. It's true. That's where like jazz people, they know all that shit. You know, I just listen to Marty Schwartz and I do what he tells me to. Them jazz bitches go crazy.
I've been listening to a lot more jazz at work because it's instrumental.
Interesting.
No words to distract my brain from the stuff I'm doing. And there's a lot of like Apple Dolby Atmos digitally mastered jazz albums. So it just sounds really good.
Wait, that's that new thing. Are you buying Spotify and you said it came free
it was
or something, right?
It was weird as hell. I like as soon as I upgraded to iOS 15, it said like I just got a notification on my phone that said because of your AirPods, you get 6 months free of Apple Music, and I was like, I've had these.
Wait, so
you
you got it because of your AirPods, or you got it because of?
I think it said because of my AirPods, Because I don't even think I got I don't think I got the offer when I got my new phone. I just got like an offer for Apple TV Plus.
Weird.
I think.
Interesting.
Maybe it's with the pros. They're like you bought.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, maybe since Apple is like rolling out that new thing, because I did hear about it. Like I heard about the what's it called, like lossless or
Oh yeah. There's
the
like
lossless things.
yeah they've done
certain albums?
they've done lossless for a bit, but now they have it's called Dolby Atmos spatial audio.
Okay,
Right,
And because Atmos is their like Dolby's for years, that's been their like home theater surround sound
yeah.
brand. So they're now porting that to AirPods?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
AirPod like it's either AirPods or Beats. Like it's only Apple or Beats products that it's enabled with, and it can actually spatialize any audio. Like it can spatialize any stereo and make it like 360 stereo, where you like turn your head and you like hear it move like with your ears. But
yeah.
That's the shit I want.
Yeah.
I want everything to always sound like that in stereo mixes for me.
Get an iPhone, dude.
But the Dolby
Dude,
Atmos,
my
like,
iPhone's on the way, bro.
the actual Dolby Atmos mixing is only enabled on some albums, like some new albums, and
Interesting. So
like
what-
remastered on some old albums. But
I'm interested to see where that technology goes. I'm excited.
It's true.
But so for the second song on this album, I just thought that was funny. But so continuing with the stripped instruments in the verses and the pre-chorus.
Days on end, and it's been waiting for you to open up yours to, baby. Come on now. I'm trying to tell you just how I like to hear the words roll out of your mouth. Finally, say that it's always been me that's made you feel.
I think it's really good how the verses and pre-chorus are a little not quite self, like there's not quite a lack of self-assurance in it, but it's kind of like questioning your partner or the other person in a relationship. But then the instruments come in for the chorus where it's like she's like, no, this is how it, like, it's the more self-assured chorus is where everything comes back in. I think it's pretty interesting. It's good texture painting.
Like I'm the one for you. You should know that you're just a temporary fix. This is not rooted with you. It don't mean that much to me. Oh, just a filler in the space that happened to be free. How dare you think you'd get away with trying to play me?
yeah,
As far as the instrumentation compared with the themes of what's going on are.
I do agree.
And I think the delivery of the last half of verse 2, love it. It's one of my top moments on the album. I was unprepared. I had to pull up my ad-lib to make sure. Where she says the part about like taking these chances and getting nowhere and trying, and like all the delivery of that I think is really, really good.
yeah.
Earning love, what am I supposed to do to make you want me properly? I'm taking these chances and getting nowhere, and though I'm trying my hardest, you go back to her, and I think that I know things may never change. I'm still hoping one day I might hear you say I make you feel.
She does that a lot. She transforms a lot of my top moments of the album aren't necessarily musically or lyrically related. It's like delivery of it's the delivery of everything in conjunction on this. And
It's
that's
her
definitely one of those
voice.
moments for me. Mm-hmm.
Adele's voice being one of the best parts of her album. Why?
Crazy that the
Yeah.
person known as a crazy good singer has that.
Yeah, I didn't know if I loved this one either for some reason.
I thought it was kind
I
of.
think
I thought it was interesting.
It
for
grew
sure.
on me. It
It's
was one
kinda-
of those ones that
yeah.
grew on me.
It's kind of like a bouncy like marching band song with the drums and the chorus.
Okay.
Like
That's made you feel a way you never felt before. This isn't that.
It's earwormy. I don't even like. I don't love it, but I can vividly remember it.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so I should have prefaced this. I've had years with this album, so I've probably got much more matured opinions of whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, but I get where you come from. I think that was definitely a song where it had to grow on me at the start. Cold Shoulder was another one, but I've come around to Cold Shoulder. Like
I really like Cold Shoulder a lot.
The bridge is really, really good in Cold Shoulder. I love that shit.
Yes.
Time and time again, I play the role of fool just for you. Even in the daylight when you came in, try to look for things I hear, but my eyes never find. Though I don't know how you play.
That's one of those bridges I look forward to every time.
Is it like the violins that come on like halfway through, or like
it's
a third way through? It's like it starts having very like.
That does happen, but the part I like about the bridge is where like stuff cuts out and goes, time and time again I play the role of fool, and it's kind of like that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the part that I really love.
No, I like that part too.
Yeah, that shit is it's good.
But it just starts getting very buildy too. I like it a lot,
Yeah.
and then
This is where it definitely starts to
like
get
this.
into the
This is an
songs that
intro. I would have loved this because it starts out.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of boppy, and then it just holds that. After it like gets a little higher, a little more upbeat, then it starts to go off.
So,
again, like this song where it is.
Mm-hmm. So then going back, the song before that's between it and Best for Last, Chasing Pavements. How did you feel about that one too?
Which one? Chasing Pavements?
Chasing Pavements. Should I give up? Or should I just keep chasing
I liked it again. Yeah, I liked it.
Mm.
I definitely liked it after that little drop at the like a minute in or whatever.
With you, should I give up or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up or should I just keep chasing pavements?
Yeah, that's definitely. I think that's the first like explosive chorus, which is something she's really good at. Where it's just the verses you're like doing whatever, but then the chorus is like boom. Like my favorite part in the song, the string come in. This is where strings start coming in on the album on the choruses, and that's really good. But my favorite part in the song is that rise into the final chorus where it's like she holds out a note and then everything swells into it, and then it's like this big, cinematic musical experience.
Chasing pavements. Oh, should I give up or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if
It's the kind of thing where like you can tell it was made for radio success, but like justifiably it got that success because it's really good. Yeah, I love that build, and I figured that would also be something that you were kind of into too.
Yeah, this definitely sounds very 2000s too, with just a lot of different. It's like still, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like it's still people that have a super big grasp on like how to like produce electronic equipment. They still did a really, really good job of it, but like a lot of it sounds close to the same thing because there's just like things that happen without the industry where you're like, oh, this sounds really good, and then like everybody starts doing it. Like that's why like every single pop feature in the 2000s, early 2010 had like a rapper on it. It was either like B.O.B., Will I Am, or like some like like had every single radio song ever.
The grip that B.O.B. and Usher had,
dude, it's so crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
Grip that Young Money.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, so like I can still hear some of like the sounds of music that I listened to before too as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
but I liked it.
And that's where it is. That's why I kind of like this album. It's like you can tell where it was, and you can also see glimpses of like where her shit has gone since.
Yeah, I think that it's relatively unconventional for like a. This was like it came out in 2008, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like some of these songs are super sparse and like
like
Daydreamer, Crazy for You. It's just like
which at the time the people making shit like that was like, artist along the lines of Amos Lee, where it's like a couple songs got success, but largely untalked about.
Yeah.
As far as like the bit, and so yeah, I think it was kind of crazy that, and I think that it's owed to stuff like Chasing Pavements, where it's like the commercially easily digestible ones for the time helped to propel it to success. Even though I think most of my favorite songs on it aren't those songs. It is like the less conventional stuff that you're talking about for sure.
Yeah.
Which I feel the same way about Amos Lee.
Yeah, I've never really listened to
I don't
much
know
of
who
his
Amos
stuff.
Lee is either.
I just know like
Chill in the Air is really fucking good.
very good. I know that. I know Windows Are Rolled Down. Good song.
That's a good one. But like Amos Lee is like he's like the Sweet Pea guy.
Yeah.
But that song, it doesn't, in my mind, that one sticks out from the rest of his discography as like a weird outlier. But that's what got him. That was everywhere on the radio.
You might know that song. Like you might have heard it in a commercial or something, Jordan.
Okay.
Sweet pea, the apple of my eye. And I don't
It sounds
but like,
almost like Jason Mraz.
Yeah. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That
What song did Jason Mraz
2007,
have again?
2008.
I'm yours.
Like
Jason
Michael
Mraz
Bublé
had-
too.
A little less Bublé, a little more gets like instrument heavy than Bublé. Bublé's very vocally.
Okay.
But yeah, just kind of in that like generic, kind of like the excited songs by Jack Johnson. You know,
What happened to Josh Groban, man? He fell off.
I was never a Groban kid.
I couldn't.
The Groban kids were weird.
I couldn't tell you a song by him. I just
just
he's
know
in
his
the
name.
Same, yeah, he's in the same vein as like Michael Bublé.
Yeah, I mean Bublé's got some bangers, like "Feeling Good."
True. Okay.
That song goes hard
Bublé.
as
Okay.
fuck.
Okay. Michael Bublé is just poppy Mayer Hawthorne. All right, and Mayer Hawthorne is
Dude,
way
Michael
better. Listen to
Bublé
The
is
Walk
way
by
better.
Mayer Hawthorne. All right, great song.
Look, I'm not saying I like Michael Bublé overall. I'm saying I really like "Feeling Good." That's the song I
I'm
know
just
by
hating on anyone who likes Michael Bublé. All right.
I don't like Michael Bublé. I like the song. I'll say that. I
Bublé.
guess.
If you're a Michael Bublé stan, you just
I'm just kidding. I like
that's just like that's golden retriever mode. That's like
That's true.
Golden
If I
That's
ever
just
met a
eating butter
Bublé stan,
noodles.
I'd be like, "Hey, butter noodles! Don't bring that into this. All right, butter noodles are very good. They serve a great purpose."
I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, that's like
Look,
that's like
Your
enjoying butter noodles.
If your butter
as
noodles
like,
aren't, I enjoy butter. If you don't enjoy butter noodles, you're not doing it. You're doing something wrong.
I mean, they're probably
missing
fine.
something.
But if you're making butter noodles, I feel like you could make like fettuccine alfredo if you just had cheese, like in your. Maybe if you don't have cheese, you just.
Bro, your Alfredo sauces are fucked up, dude.
Okay, I read like the Bon Appetit. All right,
Mm-hmm.
the fabled mythical Bon Appetit YouTube. They don't use cream in their Alfredo sauce. All right.
You know, if you could do it really well, if you just use like pasta water.
Yeah, I use
to
pasta
get the
water.
thickness. Yeah, pasta water, sour
Parmesan,
cream,
and butter.
You can do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I think it's better with cream added to that as well. Just because
Okay, buddy.
I'm a big dairy
You
bitch.
like your soupy pasta, right? You like the poop afterward, okay? We get it. We get it. Poopy
Maybe I don't have a little bitch stomach,
Ooh,
and dairy
Poopy.
doesn't affect me
Stinky.
at all. Maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm not weak, you know.
Oh.
And I don't have a slight ounce of lactose intolerance in me, you know. I don't know.
I think mine's building.
I think the normal human body it does build.
Yeah,
I think
I've heard that.
I'm the
Disappointing.
fucked up
Tolerance
one
to
here
what?
because I don't feel it at all.
Tolerance to what? Cheese? Or
Yeah,
milk?
yeah, like dairy, because the human body's not made past the age of like 10 to consume dairy.
I know,
So-
I know.
so most
Some
people
that drink milk
develop-
after, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't know
trust
that
I'll
butter
drink a nice tall glass of milk, no problem.
that
delicious.
butter has like hardly any lactose in it.
Yeah, it's mostly fat.
Yeah, it's well, like I just always like considered it a dairy product, so like you didn't want to eat it, like eat something rich in butter if like you were lactose intolerant, but it's not a
No,
consideration.
yeah,
like,
it's
at all.
mostly like a fat and oil.
Yeah, it's
more
just
than-
like it's like just
Okay.
dairy, just yogurt, just cheese, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we're done
That
with
was-
the culinary
Butter
segment of
and-
our podcast,
So
Butter and Michael Booth.
so one of the songs.
butter and buble.
I was trying to figure out how we got there.
We jumped from Cold Shoulder back to Chasing Pavements. I think Crazy for You is right after Cold Shoulder. If we
Okay,
want to roll into
so
that.
so the mood board this week, we're gonna put Michael Bublé, Alfredo.
Put a
Fuck it,
ragu
we'll
jar of Alfredo.
We'll put a picture of lactose on that shit. I don't know.
Huh?
Amos Lee.
Yep. Beautiful.
There we go. So Crazy for You, one of my favorite songs. It was okay. So it was always one of my favorite songs on the album and by Adele, but I've always loved it from like start to finish. But another reason why it is now forever one of my favorite songs by her is because it's the song that Vic and I actually danced to at our wedding.
Yes.
I thought it was, and
Yeah.
like whenever you guys played that song at your wedding, I wasn't sure which Adele song it was, and I was like, this has to be off of 19 because it's like because that's like the only Adele territory I'm not familiar with, basically.
That's critical thinking.
I was
There was something
deducing.
the other day. I had that same thought where I was like, I know the artist, but I don't know the song, so it puts it in this time range.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it was, though. But yeah, so this was the song that Vic and I danced to at our wedding. I'll see if to find video dance. I'll see if I can find a video. If I can find a video of it, I'll put a little snippet. But so I've always loved Adele's vocal range on this song. I think it's phenomenal how she really showcases her ability. Like everyone knows Adele can sing high and like loud with a lot of volume, but I think it's equally as impressive how low she can go with her voice, like easily, no problem.
Yeah.
And that's especially evident. It's the pre-chorus of the first verse where, and every time I meant to be acting sensible, you drift into my head and turned me into a crumbling fool. And like she gets so low, but it still sounds so good. She's got so much control over that.
And every time I'm meant to be acting sensible, you drift into my head and turn me into a crumbling fool.
So yeah, I've always loved that part. And I was like, as soon as I chose the album, I'm like, all right, that part is definitely getting cut in. But, I mean, it's just a beautiful song from like start to finish. I think the instrumentation matches so well with what's being said. It's basically the only song on the album that's like positive and like just happy.
Yeah.
Because Make You Feel My Love, it works in a romantic sense, but the song is written to be more of like, man, I wish I would have been with this person. That's not how it's used, but that's how the song is written. But this is the only one where it's like, it's just positive the whole time.
Yeah. And I read that Adele plays the electric guitar in this song, like the only instrument in it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? The electric guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is her playing it.
Which I don't think I've ever seen her play any instruments. Maybe play.
I don't think
I have either.
I don't think she does for concerts.
Yeah.
For concerts, she does. At least I haven't ever seen her.
Yeah.
I will be trying to get tickets the second that the tour gets announced, if there's a show that we can make it to for the new album.
Mm-hmm.
So we can confirm it then. But yeah,
Dude,
I've never
if we
seen her
got-
play.
Dude, that's just gonna be expansive.
Yeah, but worth. So
Yeah, casual. It was whenever 25 came out. Like my dad bought the album for my mom, and my mom wasn't a huge Adele fan or anything, but he was like, "Oh, she'll probably like this," and it was like a couple days later during that Christmas break, she was like, like I love that CD. Like I might want to see her in concert, and like she just kind of like said it like out loud, just kind of like offhandedly, and my brother and I like looked up at her, and we were like, "Mom, like you you've got to be like on that if you want to see her. Like those tickets are going to sell out and they're going to be expensive. And she was like, oh, really? And like we looked it up and they had already been on sale and the only things left were like $1,000 VIP packages. She was like,
the only things left after like the first day are the prohibitively expensive tickets.
Yeah.
Like
True.
Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, that is her playing it. And I don't know, man. I just like, this is one of the songs where if I'm listening to it in the right headspace, like I get chills from the last chorus of the song, where it's it's her singing. It's the last pre-chorus again. I think starting with the second half of the first, where her delivery with kind of what's being said and stuff, and then you just feel it all so much, and then the pre-chorus and then the final chorus, how she's like holding things out, you know, the delivery of it. It's always just really, really good for me.
Pacing floors and opening doors, hoping you'll walk through and save me, boy, because I'm too crazy for you.
But now it's even more so, because now it's like I already had this song that I loved, and it was in like one of my top songs in general, and then now it's like I have those feelings tied in with the fact that listening to it, you know, I have the mental memory of hearing that same music, getting those chills, but at the same time it's even more amplified after, you know, we've been sitting there and hanging out at the wedding and everything, and this is the first dance, so there's all that emotion going into it, and then I just remember the utter, like, insane calm that I had internally that at that time. Like, I've never been, since I was probably like 10 and didn't know anything about the world, like I have not been that like at peace mentally, and I've never felt like a full body calm like I did that night. Like that, the 6-hour period of that day is like the calmest I've ever been. And so now it's, you know, just hearing this song, if I think about it, you know, if I really like visualize it, right back into that mindset, that feeling, and I can remember what it is. And I just remember like holding Vic, hearing that music, dancing, and just feeling so calm, and just not even knowing, not being aware of anyone else in the room. Like, it was just us there and nothing else mattered. And so now, like, yeah. I mean, that just builds even more into that song. So this song is, you know, a core life-changing song. It's like now because of that, I didn't even realize it till I was listening to this album after the wedding. We had been back here. I was listening to it playing dinner or whatever. I just threw Adele on shuffle. And this song came on, and I'm like, you know, cutting potatoes or some shit. And I started to have like tears come up, not from like sadness, but just like a visceral emotional response to it. And I was like, okay, yeah, like I get why people are, you know, 85 and they can't really remember other things. But if they hear a song, they're right back at it, because it, like, it's crazy how much of a mental connection that has been made. Nuts. But yeah, so I just love this song so much. It's incredible.
I was going to say something I totally forgot.
Yeah,
What'd you say right before that?
I don't know.
not like a really long time ago? Fuck, dude. I was actually about to say something.
State.
I have no idea. I was mentally absent.
It's okay. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't have anything profound to say about the song. I'm happy you have You've got a strong emotional connection to it, Jamie.
Right. It'd be weird if you guys had such a strong one.
Anytime I hear that song, it just takes me back to watching Jamie and Vic
Just
dance.
standing there watching it.
No, sir. But yeah, I feel like songs like that kind of come up for me sometimes, but it's hard for me to pinpoint them. Like, it's hard for me to...
Yeah.
Like,
I was
remember.
going to say, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say Yellow is the one that does it for me by Coldplay.
Oh, really?
Like Coldplay?
It's
It
my
was
dad used to sing it to me. And dude, like, whenever it starts going, you're still... It's just like...
Yeah,
and
no,
like
I mean,
Oh, it's so bad. And then also, one time I was listening to the radio, and it was the first time that me and Claire were going to be, like, separated for more than, like, a week. Like, she was going on, like, a 5-week, like camp or something. And, like, in high school, you're, like, you spend every day with a person, and like
Right.
in your high school you're like, I'm not gonna see this person for 2 weeks, like but it was like 5 weeks. And so on my way back from dropping her off too, that song played, and I was just like, God damn, I hate this. Oh wait and then also it came on when my dad was like, I forgot when, but it was like, I think it was before we went to college, or before I went to college, and it came on. And, like, neither of us looked at each other. And I just, like, looked over. And he was just, like, crying. And, like, we were like, it was like, I love you, Dad. It was like, I love you, too,
I have not...
The dad cry.
Not that same like, reaction level.
Yeah.
Like, I have that with Outfit by the Drive-By Truckers.
Interesting.
As well. Because that was, like, part of my dad's, like, parting words to me going off to college was, like... He like the letter he wrote, it was like the end of it. That he ended it with the chorus to that song. It's very impactful for me. I want to give that song.
Use your rubber.
That's no. I want to get lyrics to that. I want to get the chorus of that song tattooed on me in some way, but I don't know how to do it without making it like shitty. So I haven't figured that out yet, but. I would at some point I would like some sort of tattoo with that song.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, I get it. But yeah, so that crazy for you and Make You Feel My Love. We'll get to that later. But that's like the most visceral reactions I have to songs because of that kind of thing. Like the emotional connection there is like crazy powerful. So something about this album I also love is I like how big and grand it feels sometimes. Like I also like how small and intimate it feels on some songs, like Crazy for You, First Love, Daydreamer. But I also like just the big fucking moments on it too. And I think Melt My Heart to Stone, the bridge of that is a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
The one in love. Why?
It's really good.
It's just, there's so much going on, but it's nothing's overcrowding each other. Everything's in its place. It's just a crazy level of energy. And I think it's great. It's like cinematic almost. I think that's done really well. I think that's a testament to both her as an artist and also whoever she had doing the production. It's crazy good.
I know. I think Mark Ronson produced some of the songs, not all of them, but some of them.
Okay,
which is kind of cool because I know he worked with Amy Winehouse a lot before she died.
Yeah,
and I didn't know like.
And you could you could definitely I think that there are parallels there. You could see depending on what songs he produced versus like what I know from Amy Winehouse's discography. I could definitely see some similarity there. Yeah, in the style and sound of it.
Yeah, Mark Ronson is just the original Jack Antonoff, you know. Now Jack Antonoff's working he's working with Taylor Swift. He's working with Clairo. He's working with Lorde, you know. He's picking all these pop artists, you know. Mark Ronson did it 10 years ago.
Adam Lebrecht?
Yeah.
Adam Lebrecht.
Adam Lebrecht, Jack Antonoff.
Getting wrecked. Well, I was going to say, Jamie, I really liked how like grand this song was also. Like when she starts belting, it's just like
like her voice sounds really, really good in this song.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I mentioned, I really like the power and intimacy feeling. The powerful and intimate feeling, oh my god, of First Love, which I think it's really good how the super high energy songs are also kind of sprinkled throughout with the like lower energy songs. I like the mix of that. But First Love is, I mean, the instrumentation is just marimba and like some bells and a few chimes.
So little to say, but so much time. Despite my empty mouth, the words are in my mind.
But for the most part, it's, just the very simple. It feels almost. So I used to not really like it that much because I thought it sounded kind of like a nursery song. Especially at the start. But
that's what I was gonna say too.
But
it literally sounds like a nursery song.
Lullaby song.
That's what I was gonna say. This one sounded a little Christmas.
Yeah, a little lullaby. Yeah, so that was my guess. I was gonna say I think this one's the one that you're gonna say.
Just because of the twinkle, but it's just a xylophone. It sounds like.
Yeah, it's just a marimba for the warm parts, and then I think like a metal bell set for the the harsher sounds, and maybe some chimes.
But I'm like, they literally use like no other instruments except for like the chimey ones.
Which at first I didn't like, but I think that it was a good call because I think it lends itself to where you're really listening to, like, it doesn't distract you from what she's saying, and what she's saying is like some heavy shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I love it. I love this
with their church bells, just dinging them.
First Love. It was one that it grew on me, and now it's one of my favorites on the album.
Oh yeah,
like I really like the song because it's just I like sad music in a general sense, and this one's very sad, I guess. But I think it's a really interesting. We've talked about it time and time again how much I like interesting, like unique perspectives about things. And this is one where the subject is, a breakup and a one-sided breakup. That's done time and time again. But I like the thought process that's on it's being explored in this song with, breakups are talked about a lot, but I feel like I don't hear as much talking about one, how much more impactful a first breakup is than like multiple ones. And also I like it being normally breakups are talked about from the sense of being sad about being broken up with, and not necessarily how doing the breakup still most of the time there's a lot of mental shit going on for that too. Like it's most people don't initiate a breakup with the intention of like, oh, I just want to be done with this. Most of the time there is like, you still have feelings and care about whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But one party has recognized it's better for everyone if it ends. And so that's what I really like about the song that I think that's kind of what's more impactful for it to me is, especially in the second verse, this love has dried up and stayed behind.
Yeah.
And if I stay, I'll be a lie, and then I'll choke on the words I always have to hide. And so it's just talking about that stuff. And then just her delivery of the excuse me, first love, but we're through. I need to taste the kiss from someone new. Forgive me, first love, but I'm too tired. I'm bored to say the least, and I lack desire.
This love has dried up and stayed behind. And if I stay, I'll be alive. Then choke on words I'd always hide. Excuse me, first love, but we're through. I need to taste the kiss from someone new. I lack desire. Forgive me first, love. Forgive me first, love.
Like that kind of shit is just so heavy to me. And I love it. I love her singing with it. I love the lyricism of it. I like what it's exploring. Everything about it I love. And so yeah, this song has really grown on me quite a lot since I first heard it.
I really like it too.
Beautiful.
I really like it too.
You just, I don't know, man. You feel this shit. That's why I like our music so much.
I forget how good Someone Like You is. Like every time before I listen to it again,
fuck,
and I just went back to
which one?
Someone Like You off of 21, like the yeah, and I just tapped it and just heard the first piano notes, and I was like, oh my god, the chills.
Yo, so one of the reasons, Jesus, so Adele is one of the artists who is like they've been a large motivation for me to learn to play the piano for like 6 years.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty much, I've wanted to learn the guitar really bad my entire life, so then I did, and since then it's been like, okay, next is piano.
Okay.
Just being able to play like like
being
that shit
playing
with Someone Like You, oh
Yeah.
and then Make You Feel My Love and songs like that. Oh, I really want to, yeah. But I'm gonna be come this holiday season, I'm gonna be getting some fucking good ass headphones so that I can finally plug headphones into my amp and really not feel
Nice.
embarrassed about either sounding bad or being a noise issue playing my electric and shit like that. So I'm gonna fuck around with that quite a lot come this new year.
yes sir.
I want to get an interface so that I can like record some shit too, lay some tracks down maybe. I don't know.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, I'm
The
excited.
Audio Technicas.
I'm gonna grab some Audio Technicas. Oof.
I want some too. We'll see.
But yeah, so I love First Love, and then once again, just moving right into the next one of the more upbeat songs on the album is Right as Rain, which is
I like this one a lot.
ending First
love this
Love
song.
and then starting Right as Rain with the piano groove at the beginning. Oh, instant hook right there.
Who wants to be right as the rain is better when something is wrong? You get excitement in your bones and everything you do's again.
Boom, dim, boom. It's got like that.
Oh, it's so
It's got
good.
such a good groove to it that you just feel good. And then the chorus for it is so good. Her feel with her vocals is fucking immaculate.
Cause when hard work don't pay off and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile off. We won't be making up. I've cried my heart out. Now I've had enough of love.
I think it's so like it just the line, "Who wants to be right as rain? It's better when something's wrong." It's just so like it's like clever and like playful and funny. Like it's not really sincere. Like you don't want something to be wrong in your relationship, but it's just funny to play with the idea, you know. And it goes with the beat. It goes with the groove that's going on. I enjoy it. Nice,
That's really
little
good.
happy song.
I like the kind of a little not quite sarcasm, but yeah, it's not like it's
Giving
about,
somebody a
like,
hard
you
time.
know, yeah, exactly. It's like light ribbing, and then just kind of like you got that playful bounce with the groove, and then the chorus, the fucking organ build up into it, and then when she starts going, "'Cause when hard work don't pay off, and I'm tired," like the everything about that is so. I'm locked in immediately, and I love it so much. This is a great one, you know, belt out in the shower when it's bumping.
Yeah, I love this song.
know?
I really like it.
Yeah, this one's one of my top Adele songs probably.
It keeps the energy the whole time too.
Yeah, it stays the whole time, and then so it keeps the energy the whole time, and then the chorus hits, and that's another one where, or not the chorus, the bridge, and I fucking love the bridge in this one because it drops out and it's like, you know, gets really somber for a brief second, and then her delivery for the last line of it. But now I give up on this endless game. The rhythm she delivers that with, and then it goes right back into the "cause who wants to be right as rain" part. I think that's another just excellent, you know, chills moment in that song.
Now I've had enough. Go ahead and steal my heart to make me cry again. 'Cause it will never hurt as much as it did then when we were both right and no one had blame. But now I give up on this endless game. 'Cause who wants to be right?
Done very well, written well, executed well. Great song.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's probably one of my favorites on the album.
I figured it would be one of your tops for sure because of that.
Uh-huh.
Just that like bounciness to it is so crazy.
It's so good.
I think that sums up my notes on that song.
Yeah,
and then "Make You Feel My Love" comes on right after that. You know, as hype as we were with "Right as Rain," "Make You Feel My Love." Ooh, 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 ooh. Like I said,
I do like the strings in it.
I like everything about the song from the first chord. Okay, so this was the song that Vic used when she walked down the aisle to at our wedding.
Okay,
and so it's always been a very emotionally impactful song for me. I mean, just everything about it feels like it's heavy. So I've always had that, but now it's, you know, I hear the first 3 chords play.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love.
And then it's like, you know, now I have the mental image of just seeing Vic slowly walking down like the aisle and then like leaving up with her dad. And so now I have all of that. Like, once again, this is one where I'll just be sitting there throwing this on at work because Adele's easy to listen to work music. And then I'm like, I'm like tearing up right now. Having to like wipe away a few tears or something. And they're not sad. They're just like, it's so emotionally impactful. It's just like immediate, you know, mistiness. So I don't know. I like I said, I understand why and how people, when they're like 85, especially if they had like a longtime partner that like the other person like died or whatever, like I totally get how even if you have like Alzheimer's or dementia, a lot of people they'll hear, you know, their wedding song played on a piano or whatever, and then like it kind of grounds them a little bit. I just think that I can kind of understand why, because it's just such a visceral reaction for me to music. And I don't know. I feel like that kind of is an interesting expose for me in how music can transcend the more concrete things like the human memory and stuff like that. Because it's such it's a testament to how much of a more than just audio experience music really is. You know, it's a very, you know, like
how
there's a physical aspect to it, and and how just deeply ingrained music is into like the fabric of whatever makes us as people. I don't know, like that shit just always, it's always kind of fucked with me, and now it's like I really feel that. So this song is beautiful. I love it. When the rain is coming in. Like, I don't know, like always been a chills song for me as well. It just feels so intimate and close. So this was like a no-brainer for us when
like I didn't
at like wedding songs.
I didn't know it was like one of her biggest songs off this album, and I forget how I found it. I think it was like the first song off of 19 that was on her This Is playlist.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I've never heard this song. It's really good. that was a while ago. That wasn't like last week, but yeah.
I liked it a lot too. I wouldn't say it's like, my favorite, but it was a decent song.
Yeah, man. So my favorite part is like the second bridge. So it builds the whole song into this, but then it's the storms are raging on the rolling sea, and on the highway of regret, the winds of change are blowing wild and free. And then the way she delivers, you ain't seen nothing like me yet. And then it flows into like how she delivers. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do, go to the ends of earth for you.
The storms are raging on the rolling sea, and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love.
And I'm so it's kind of a good thing that it didn't take Vic 3.5 minutes to walk down the aisle, because as it was when she got there, I had already been wiping tears and shit from my eyes, and so if that had happened, I probably would have straight up started bawling, like dead ass. I think I 100%
You started bawling, dude?
like audibly crying. I think so.
Bawling on the court, bro?
I would have fucking dunked that
Jamie
shit on the officiant.
wiping tears and shit from his eyes, bawling
Yeah.
up at the front of his
But
wedding.
man, like
Bawling.
because that, like, just listening to the song, that's the part where it really hits, and it's like, I gotta close my eyes and take a step back from whatever I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I've always loved that part, and so that's definitely my favorite in the song. That section right there, it feels so. I don't know. It's just it's such a visceral reaction that my brain has to that part. And Jordan, how did you feel about My Same?
Hold on, I gotta remember which one that is.
That's the one's like,
I think this one, it had a little more like jazzy feel to it.
Yeah, it's the like the verses are very staccato and kind of like
it
jabby
seemed
sound to
weirdly
it.
not Adele, but I didn't hate it the way she did it.
You say I'm stubborn and I never give in. I think you're stubborn, sipped, you're always softening. You say I'm selfish, I agree with you on that. I think you're giving, I think way too much in fact.
Yeah. I feel kind of like the same way. I think this was one where it was like I didn't love it at first, but now it's also really grown on me.
Yeah, it goes back and forth because I'm like, I listen to it and I'm like, I don't know, like she's doing something different here, and sometimes that's really good, but sometimes it's really bad too.
This
and
one, so we talked about Right as Rain, how it feels like kind of like playful light ribbing. This one feels so like sassy and sarcastic.
Yeah,
This is like that, like just the music alone is like a I'm a bad bitch kind of music, and then all with her vocals with it. Yeah, I don't know. I think the chorus of it is probably my favorite part of the song. I think the delivery is really good.
You say I'm stubborn and I never give in. I think you're stubborn, sipped, you're always softening. And you say I'm selfish, I agree with you on that. I think you're giving, I think way too much in fact. I said we've only known each other a year. You said I know you longer, my dear.
I like the vocal layering though of the bridge. It sounds almost like when you have a chorus in the background harmonizing, except I'm pretty sure it's all just Adele multi-tracked over it. But it's done really well in the chorus or the bridge. Sorry.
Favoritism ain't my thing, but in the situation I'd be glad. Favoritism ain't my thing, but I'd be glad to make an exception. Whoa.
Yeah, I still want to lean on the side of like I don't love this as much, but it's, again, I'm not 100%
I get that.
against it.
Yeah,
I'm there with
I get
you,
that,
Jordan,
for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of this
Yeah.
one or of Tired right after it.
really, I actually really like Tired.
There's an earwormy, like strange little techno-y instrument that I like don't enjoy that's in the background of the song. That sounds like it doesn't sound like a piano. It sounds like little laser beams.
And I looked up and inside down and outside only to find a double taking, punching hard, a laughing at my smile. I get closer, you obviously prefer her. I'm tired of trying, your teasing ain't.
Yeah, it definitely. I know what you're talking about. It definitely doesn't have a place in the song. Like it shouldn't have been there, but I've gotten so used to it that I don't really notice it.
Yeah.
The only time I noticed it was when I was really sitting down to write my notes and thinking about what was going on. And I was like,
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. That was a weird experimental choice.
Yeah.
Creative liberties were too liberty-ish.
Liberal.
Too libertarian.
Too liberty-ish. There were too many liberties in Adele's.
Too many libertarians. Yeah.
Adele, libertarian
Gary Johnson
Adele.
got on the track and he was doing some weird shit, bro.
Gary Johnson on the track.
Gary Johnson on the track.
Call me crazy, but I think we should have to show some kind of proficiency before being allowed to drive.
Boo!
I was literally gonna reference that.
That shit is
I was
so
gonna
funny.
reference that too.
All right, Gary Johnson's going on the mood board
Gary Johnson.
when he fucking fakes that heart attack about the.
Oh, that's funny as
The
hell
weed
too.
thing.
He goes too in depth with the fake.
That
You're
shit
like,
is
my
so
guy.
funny. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, I get where you're coming from with the songs, but I really do. I definitely like Tired more.
Oh yeah,
than my Sing,
I
think.
really like
Hold
Tired.
my hand while you cut me down. Yeah, that's really good. The chorus for it is so good.
I'm tired of trying, your teasing ain't enough, fed up of biding your time when I don't get nothing back and forth, and forth, and forth, when I don't get nothing back, boy, I'm tired.
I'm tired of trying and feeling it enough and...
Yeah, it has that one little like spacey sound effect to it, or it's like ding 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 ding, or like I can't tell. You know, what I'm talking
That's
about?
what I was talking about that I didn't like.
Yeah, that's what that for
Oh,
me
you
that's
didn't like
probably
that?
like kind of the only thing I could nitpick and detract from the song would be that for me. But like I said, I'm kind of I'm desensitized to it. But yeah, that's what Nick was saying he didn't like about it. When I have that feeling about a sound in the background of Puppy Grin by Peach Pit off of
Okay.
You and Your Friends. There's something in the background that I'm just like, if I focus on it, it makes me not. I get like angry at it.
Oh, there's
Why did you put it in here?
in the song "Yeah" by Usher. There's like it's like a winch. No, there's a triangle. There's a triangle that's like
Oh yeah,
bang.
I know,
and like I never noticed it until I heard like
I
someone
can't
say
think
that.
of that.
Yeah, and like but once you hear it, you'll always hear it.
I definitely know what
I've
you're
just
talking
ruined
about.
the song
So
for
you've
you.
now ruined that
Yes,
song for me.
uh-huh.
Next time I listen to it, I'm gonna hear a fucking
Literally play it right after we get off this. It's wild.
damn. But I'll have to do that. But so I with Tired, I really like the chorus and then the swell and the rise in the later part of the songs with the strings for the bridge. I think it's really good. Where it's like the chorus is going on and then it kind of stops and it gets like the music just really starts to balloon and expand and then it like
and I don't get nothing back. I am tired.
That's its thing. I think it's really good in there. Another larger than life moment on the track.
Larger than
We got Lennon out of
we got a larger than life moment on the track.
And then I don't know. And then Hometown Glory for me, it's like it's a middle of the road song for me, I think.
I liked it. I like to hear her saying shit. That was cool. Hearing Adele cuss.
She does. Yeah.
This one's probably the most popular, right? From my hometown. I've heard this song before, but I don't know.
It was her debut single.
Yeah, it was her first song ever.
Yo, that's fucking crazy. Adele's debut single was on October 22nd, 2007.
Oh. Wow,
this
that's
album
one
didn't
day
come out
after
that
my
day.
birthday.
That's the day that Vic and I got married.
That's one day after my birthday, dude. That's crazy.
It's true. That is true.
That's such a momentous day, dude.
I don't know. I mean,
that's funny that you picked two songs.
Wait, that is kind of crazy, though.
I know.
Now,
granted, that's not the album's release date, but there is some sort of connection of all the 365 days in a year. 366 if you're a bitch ass leap year, you know.
Oh. Well, technically, every year is 364.25 days. So it's like
exactly. Leap days aren't even real. They're just to make up for it. It's like daylight savings time. Cut that shit out.
Is next year a leap year? I feel like we haven't had a leap year in a long time.
What? Last year was a leap year.
Is it every 4 years? Well, I know it's every 4 years. I meant like, is it on like an even multiple?
Number, yeah.
Okay.
Well, because if you think about it, the year started on 0.
Whoa.
Well, but when did they come up with leap years? I don't know.
I was going to say, you think they knew that?
See, this is what I always question. What year did they think the year was in like any year BC?
They didn't have years, really.
They probably.
That's the thing. Like, did they just not have years?
When did Julius Caesar take over? Huh?
The 1000 BC. I don't know.
So it was BC though.
Yeah, because wasn't it the Holy Roman Empire was the ones who came up with the 0?
I don't know.
I was about to say I'm the history guy on this shit, and I don't remember that.
I have no idea.
I love
history. I just know that like biblical times, like Jesus lived during the Roman Empire, so Rome had to be established like before he was.
But like, what year was it for them? Because it wasn't.
I don't know.
They weren't like we're counting down towards 0, and at some point
they definitely had a calendar though. Because
but they had a
Julius
calendar.
Caesar's
So like, how did the years
came up
work?
with like, I like July, Julius, Augusto, I think August,
which makes sense to me. Yeah, so I started to go down a rabbit hole the other day where I just got really far down that rabbit hole. I was like, how did that work? Never looked it up though. But yeah, Hometown Glory. I don't know. It's always been.
I like this one a lot. I think it's because I've heard it before. I'm not gonna lie.
I gotcha. I mean, it's decent for sure. It's not. Like,
it ended the album on a higher note for me than the last two songs.
Really?
I liked it.
Oh, yeah. So it is the third most popular song on this album, according to Spotify. Wow. At 135 million streams. Guess what number 1 is?
The one that
on this album.
Make You Feel My Love?
I already looked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By what margin would you say the difference there is?
I already looked it up.
I would think it'd be pretty close to Chasing Pavements, but I feel like it's a lot.
So Chasing Pavements is a little more than double Hometown Glory at 301. Make You Feel My Love has 716 million plays. It is over easily over double Chasing Pavements and almost over 6 times. Not quite 6 times. Make You Feel My Love.
I don't think I'd heard
Or
that
not
song
quite
until
Hometown
last
Glory?
year.
That's crazy to me because it's one of those ones where like it's been on my periphery of knowing of Adele for like a decade before I listened to I really got into Adele probably about like 2017 holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like but I knew about that song for a while before then. Her number one song at 1.15 billion plays is Someone
It's
Like
probably
You.
Summer Love. Oh, damn it. I was going to get Summer Love. That makes sense.
Actually, Hello at a margin at 1.2 billion is her number one song.
Wait, so it's Hello?
Hello's number one at 1.2 billion. Someone Like You is number 2 at 1.15 billion, and Rolling in the Deep is third at 955 million. So almost at 1 billion, but not quite. Interesting. That makes sense to me. Yeah, I don't know. I like Hometown Glory. I go back and forth on whether I really like it or not. But the piano's great
I like
and great choruses.
From my hometown, memories of phrase. From my hometown, ooh, the people I've made are the wonders of my world. How the wonders of my world. How the wonders of this world are the wonders and now I like it.
In it. From my hometown.
I
It's
think
good.
I actually remember listening to this song at some point. I can't remember when, though.
I gotcha. But yeah, and then
That wraps it up for me, though.
Yeah, that's the end of my notes as well.
Me too.
This was a big album for me, so I knew I was going to have a decent amount of notes. But I also figured that you guys would have a decent amount too, because Adele's one of the unifying artists that we've had. So then I'll rate it, and then Nick, you give your rating. Jordan, you're up because you're picking next week's album. I am going to give this album a 9.5. I think I feel good about that.
Bold of you.
I'm
gonna go 6.5.
6 point.
Yeah. Got some bangers. Got a little mash too. Not a huge fan of the mash.
Got some mash. We got bangers. We got hash.
So Jordan, what's your verdict?
I'm gonna give it a. I'll give it a 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5.
6.5 as well. So
Well,
you
6.5.
So Jordan liked it a little less than 21, and Nick liked it 1.5 points less than 21.
Oh, I should have gave 21 a 9.
Even on the re-ratings, he only gave it an 8.
I was probably tired by the time we got to that. So many numbers
21,
coming
that shit
my
was
way.
only at 37.
I was exhausted. Let me tell you.
Oh, you forgot Leo. There's a Leo in here.
A Leo.
Yeah, it's you, Jamie. You're the Leo in there.
Get it? Because he's a Leo.
I am a Leo. And Leo's not a Leo. He's a... I don't know. October. He's a Halloween. I don't know what.
He's a
I don't know
Halloween.
what.
Love it.
But so then both of your 6.5s bring us to an average score of 7.5. A little lower than I anticipated, but not that much lower. Because I definitely think that 21, she progressed for sure.
Yeah.
Like there was growth
Yeah.
in that album.
Yeah.
But so that puts it solidly at 24th, tied between Earth Tones and the Nashville Sound at 7.58, and right above How to Be a Human Being at 7.33.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
God, I love how just what's tied with what other albums is so weird.
True.
Like Alt J Lawrence Strokes they're all tied for 19th.
They're
so different.
Indie
They're so
bands,
different.
you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
Not really Lawrence. I feel like Lawrence is different. Lawrence is the one that's not like the other.
I would say Alt J is the one that. Have you heard An Awesome Way?
Alt J is way more like the Strokes than Lawrence is like either band.
It's weird to think about that, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Okay, so Jordan, what are we listening to next week?
We are listening to I Am You by YNW Melly.
Let's go.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't tell if you were gonna like say some kind of like obscure old like Lil Wayne mixtape or like
No.
I didn't know.
It's his most infamous album. If you know why.
Oh, because he committed murder and is schizophrenic.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
Jury's still up.
I'm kidding. It's not that he's schizophrenic. I think it's more he has multiple personality disorder.
I got mixed
Which there is a difference,
personality.
Jamie.
Okay.
You ignorant soul. No.
Wait, does he actually like have like a mental illness?
Yeah, like for a couple years before that, he would say shit on like social media that when people were looking back in hindsight, they were like, "Oh, this guy was just having like, he was like just like mentally struggling, and no one ever like gave it any credence and like helped or anything."
Damn, I didn't know.
I didn't know this until I am currently working my way through the Tiny Meat Gang podcast, and Noel's about the culture, and so him and Cody were talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, interesting. That sheds a very different light than like Twitter." Yeah, talking about it because right now, or a few episodes ago, it was like when that was all going down, and Noel's about it, so he was talking about it.
I know, dude.
Way more in depth than I had ever heard it talked about, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually like."
Some people don't think it's real though
shit.
because he never talked about it until like the case started coming up. So everybody says like it's like you can say like, oh, it wasn't actually me who like murdered those people. It was my other personality, you know. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I gotcha. I don't know.
But yeah, so we'll be listening to that next week.
Interesting.
It's the infamous Murder on My Mind.
I can't wait till you
wanna
pop off
die.
about it.
Which this song is amazing. I'm not gonna tell you why yet. You just have to listen to it. I'm actually not. I probably explained it before.
I'll figure it out.
Are you gonna kill us?
No.
Now Jordan has a murder on his mind. Oh God.
Oh no! The seeds have been planted. Me when it's time to reap the seeds I've sown.
Damn.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll just real quick. Recent listings for me in preparation for 30. Been listening to a lot of Adele's entire discography. I've been on repeat listening to Peach Pit's newest single. That shit fucking bangs. I never knew how much I needed to hear Neil's soft, angelic vocals over like just like a country adjacent, twangy adjacent track.
Yeah.
So good. I can't wait for this album. I'm stupid excited for it now because of it's kind of like why I'm so excited for the new St. Paul album. The singles that have come out are so different, but in their own ways are really, really good. So I just want to hear all of their takes on different shit. Plus, I filled out the form. Vic filled out the form. I just want them to add some Denver shows. Come on.
Okay. Dude, everybody tours in Denver, dude. I'm so jealous.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
because also there's only one city, dude, that like anybody tours in Denver also. But Raleigh, it's like Charlotte, Greensboro, and Raleigh, if that even,
right.
You know?
Like, where the fuck else are you going to go in Colorado?
Exactly.
Like, Face Jam, for the podcast, they drove out to Fort Collins, but that's just because that's where Voodoo Ranger is based out of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, if that hadn't been there, they would have gone to wherever that was. It just happened it was close enough, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go meet them.
It's literally crazy.
That was a weird afternoon. It was chill, though. Oh, and yeah, and then just so I've been listening to that single on repeat. I've already probably listened to it 25 times, easy. And then the new Silk Sonic album.
Yeah, good.
Oh yeah, I haven't
Very
listened
good.
to that yet, but
Ooh, it's so good. Instant
I agree.
classic. Yeah, but that's all I've. Other than that, just a bunch of podcasts.
nice. Well, I've been listening to that whole album also recently, the YNWMLA one. Started listening to Bugatti, which was like a middle school classic. It goes, I woke up in a new Bugatti.
Okay, yeah.
Future's
I know.
actually on that song, which is like funny to see how relevant Future is still.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, he was relevant in middle school too? What the? I like the song called Tears Dry on their own by Amy Winehouse. I haven't listened to it a ton, but I liked it initially, so I want to listen to that a little bit more. Florida Water by YNWMLA. Slang That Iron, which is on this one. We'll listen to that a lot, though. Other than that, just kind of shuffling still. I haven't gotten I still need to listen to my weekly discovery because I feel like that would help me so much.
Yeah, if you want to look for new music, it like is pretty much always surprisingly accurate for me.
Jordan, I love that you are like the epitome of me listening to songs about drugs and murder on my way to my like office 9 to 5.
You're simultaneously that guy and the shuffling my liked songs guy.
I know. I need to make playlists, dude. I need to make playlists.
It's I was a holdout for playlists for a long time, but I've come around to it. I've come around to it.
Yeah. I've been listening to a little more rock, like, but no one big. A band called Shame. I need to listen to Idol's new album. I still haven't yet. Rolling Blackouts Coastal Fever. Pretty good. Silk Sonic was good. Alex Cameron new single, good.
Oh shit! I gotta listen to that.
Yeah,
I'll listen to Yeah by Usher, and then I'll listen to Outkast's new single.
Tim Heidecker. I re-listened to his newest album. It's still really good. What else? That might be pretty much it. Still on some Andy Schaff. Yeah, that's about it. The cover of Everyone's a Winner by Ty Segall. The original song is by a band called Hot Chocolate. You would probably know that if you heard it. But the cover is also good. It's just like a rock version of it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, also been on some sad indie winter stuff. I listened to Phoebe Bridgers' albums. You know.
It's about Tokyo time.
Yeah.
It's about
Kyoto time, you mean? Well, it's about motion sickness time. Funeral time, Scott Street time, you know?
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Wait.
It's big.
No, her like Christmas song she came out with.
Oh yeah.
Them bitches are impactful.
They'll get you down.
I do know it's about that time of the year though, because the other day in the shower I queued up "Please Come Home for Christmas" by the Eagles.
There you go.
Best Christmas song of all time.
It's a great one.
The Schmeagles.
IMO. Bells will be ringing.
His Golden Messenger.
Oh, that's a good song.
His Golden Messenger's
so fucking good.
Christmas album is really good.
Maybe this is the year that I will check. You know, I'll listen to that album and see if it really gets me into Hiss.
I thought about picking it for my next album, but we'll see. It's not like I don't want to pick it because it's not like my favorite Hiss album, but
right.
Okay.
It's a decent.
It's a hard line to ride, you know.
You know.
I mean, your next pick's gonna be like 3 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah,
so
impactful.
We're actually this December. We're just doing carols all.
I'm actually gonna pick the Charlie Brown Christmas album.
Okay,
jazz.
Yeah. Let's make a Charlie Brown Christmas album, except like we'll sing it like we're the adults in the Charlie Brown universe.
We just do the Waka Waka voice.
Well, the Waka Waka voice is Fozzie the Bear. We do the
Waka Waka.
No, like the in Peanuts, like don't all the parents don't they just like it's like basically
Oh yeah, the parents of Peanuts go.
voices.
I remember because the Timmy Turner episode was like, we don't even know what they're saying in here. Like, so this show's dedicated, dude. It just ripped on so many shows. The Timmy Turner movie, where they just like went and like copied different styles of shows.
Mm-hmm.
They just ripped on so many shows, dude. It was hilarious. Looking back, I'm like, damn, they really just
They snapped.
they did.
Timmy
They
snapped.
did.
Bruh snapped.
Cosmo?
Timmy Thick Turner.
Timmy Thick Turner. He be wishing for a body, kid, better rock it. On that note.
Yep. On that note, we just wanted to say thanks for listening this week, and remember to tune in next week where we're going to be taking a look at "I Am You" by YNW Melly. Be sure to listen to it as much as you want, so you can have your own thoughts about it and mentally join in the discussion with us while we talk. You can also feel free to actually join in the discussion with us by throwing a comment our way about your thoughts on this week's episode on YouTube or Instagram, or if you want, you can also tweet them at us. We're on Twitter at ListUpPodcast and Instagram at ListenUpPod. And those accounts, as well as our personal handles, are going to be in the description of wherever you found this episode. Make sure to give either one or both of them a follow so that you see any show updates or announcements we make, because that's where we announce things. Also, we ask if you enjoyed this episode and feel like we've earned it. If you wanted to throw a rating or review wherever you found this, your respective platform, that helps us out and we can grow together. But yeah, other than that, for now, we'll catch you next week, and remember to listen up.